Assalamu alaikum, 6 p.m. This is Radio Pakistan, the news read by Miriam Khan. First, the headlines. Prime Minister today formally opened historic Kartarpur corridor to facilitate entry of Sikh pilgrims from India into the Gurdwara Darbar Sahib. Speaking on the occasion, Imran Khan sent a message to his Indian counterpart to give justice to Kashmiris. Foreign Minister says the Indian Supreme Court's verdict today to build Ram Temple on the site of Babri Masjid reflects the bigoted face of India. The nation observes 142nd birth anniversary of great philosopher, poet Dr. Allama Muhammad Iqbal with the national zeal and fervour today. Eid Miladun-Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam will be celebrated with a great religious zeal and fervour across the country tomorrow. International broadcasting organizations continue to highlight miseries of Kashmiris reeling under the crippling lockdown for over 3 months. Pakistan's Mohammad Asif has won the World Snooker Championship in Turkey. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Imran Khan today formally opened the historic Kartarpur corridor to facilitate entry of Sikh pilgrims from India into the Gurdwara Darbar Sahib at Kartarpur in Narowal district. Addressing the ceremony, he said opening of Kartarpur corridor is just the beginning. The Prime Minister expressed the optimism that resolutions of Kashmir dispute will bring prosperity and result in uplifting of entire South Asian region. It will also lead to improvement in bilateral relations between India and Pakistan. The Prime Minister said no peace can come unless issue of Kashmir is resolved through dialogue. Imran Khan sent a message to Indian Prime Minister to give justice to Kashmiris. He said with the resolution of Kashmir issue, the benefits reaped by the people of both India and Pakistan will be immense. The Prime Minister said connecting the hearts is the main pillar of humanity. He said every prophet of Allah brought message of humanity and justice. Imran Khan said opening of Kartarpur corridor is like Muslims standing at a close distance to Medina Munawwara and are able to visit it and is akin to Kartarpur corridor for Sikh. Thousands of Sikhs from different parts of the world, including the India, attended the ceremony. Earlier, the Prime Minister visited different sections of Gurdwara Darbar Sahib and was briefed about its renovation. This has now become the world's largest Sikh Gurdwara. On arrival of Gurdwara Darbar Sahib, the Prime Minister shook hands with the former Prime Minister Manmohan Singh and exchanged the views with him. He also met former Indian cricketer Navjot Singh Sidhu. Addressing the Kartarpur opening ceremony, Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi said this is the corridor of peace, love and goodwill. He said the world is witnessing today that the steps being taken by the Pakistani government for promotion of interfaith harmony. The Prime Minister said that the credit for this historic day goes to Prime Minister Imran Khan, who had spoken for the protection of rights of minorities in accordance with the Islamic teachings and the vision of Quaid-e-Azam Muhammad Ali Jinnah. Shah Mahmood Qureshi said that the government has identified 400 temples which will be renovated. Addressing the ceremony, Minister for Religious Affairs Nurul Haq Qadri said that the opening of this corridor is the biggest message of love, peace and harmony after the partition of Indian subcontinent. He said Prime Minister Imran Khan fulfilled the promise he made to Sikh community of opening their one of the holiest places. Indian politicians and a former cricketer Navjot Singh Sidhu in his address said that the step taken by the Prime Minister to open the Kartarpur corridor will be written in the history in golden letters. Sidhu said Imran Khan has won the hearts of 140 million Sikh around the world. He said Alexander the Great won the world with the creating fear, while Imran Khan did with the love. Navjot Singh said if corridor can be opened under a bold initiative, more issues can be resolved in the same spirit. He eulogized the personality of Prime Minister Imran Khan with a rich poetry. Indian Supreme Court has decided to give the disputed land of historic Babri Masjid in Ayodhya to the government-run trust for building Ram Temple. The verdict was delivered by the 5-judge Constitution bench today. The Indian apex court decided that the Muslim would be given a 5-acre alternative plot in the town. Meanwhile, a representative for the Muslims litigants said they are not satisfied with the verdict and would decide whether to ask for a review after they read the whole judgment. The ruling Bharatiya Janata Party had campaigned for years for a temple to build it at a site of Babri Masjid. However, Muslims say they have prayed at the mosque for generations until Hindu activists placed the idols of a Ram at Masjid in 1949. The 460-year-old mosque was demolished in 1992 by the Hindu fanatic mobs, triggering the nationwide religious violence that left about 2,000 people, mostly the Muslims, dead. Foreign Minister Shah Mahmood Qureshi has said that the Indian Supreme Court's judgment in Babri Mosque speaks volume of the bigoted face of India. Giving his reaction on the Indian court judgment, the foreign minister said Modi government is bent upon pushing India into the fire of prejudice. He said India of the Gandhi stands buried and today it is the India of Modi and RSS. Commenting on the Indian Supreme Court's judgment in Babri Mosque case, Special Assistant on Information and Broadcasting Fidosh Asir Kaman said that the verdict has blemished the Indian secular face. She said that the India Apex Court has given the message that it is not independent. This is Radio Pakistan giving you the news. The nation observes the 142nd birth anniversary of poet and East and philosopher Hakimul Ummat, Dr. Allama Muhammad Iqbal, with a great zeal and fervor across the country today. Various literary, educational, political, social, and cultural organizations have arranged these special programs to pay the homage to the national poet and highlight the different aspects of his life and teachings. A graceful change of guard ceremony was held in the mausoleum of the great philosopher in Lahore this morning. A smartly turned out contingent of Pakistan Navy took charge of the guard duties at the mausoleum. Eid Miladun-Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam will be celebrated with a great religious zeal and fervor across the country tomorrow. The day will dawn with the 31 guns salute at the federal capital and 21 gun salute at the provincial capitals. Special prayers for the unity of Muslims Ummah and progress and prosperity of the country will be offered in the mosque after the Fajr prayer. In connection with the Eid Miladun-Nabi Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, an international Rahmatul Alameen conference will be held in Islamabad tomorrow under the auspices of Ministry of Religious Affairs and Interfaith Harmony. The theme of this year's conference is State of Medina and Concept of Modern Islamic Welfare State in the light of teachings of a Holy Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam. In occupied Kashmir, people of Kashmir Valley and Muslim-majority areas of Jammu continue to suffer immensely due to the military siege on 97th consecutive day today. The authorities deployed Indian troops and police personnel in the strength in every nook and corner of the territory and ordered a closure of schools and colleges to prevent the demonstrations against the handing over of the Babri Masjid land to the Hindu for construction of a temple. Voice of America in a report said that the 3 months after Indian government revoked the special status of occupied Kashmir, cut off internet service, and censored the media coverage of situation, isolated reports from the territory indicated that the situation remained tense with the continuing heavy military presence. In Afghanistan, 7 militants have been killed while 8 others, including 5 militants, wounded in 2 incidents in Kunduz and Kandahar provinces. According to reports, 6 militants have been killed and 5 others wounded in security forces operation in northern Kunduz province. The security forces also arrested a Taliban division commander Zakir during the operation. A security force and a militant were killed and 3 others wounded in a suicide car bomb blast and ensuring the clashes at a military camp in Kandahar province today. United States has criticized Iran's treatment of an inspector with the UN's nuclear watchdog agency as the outrageous and unwarranted act as intimidation. The U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo said in a statement that IAEA inspections must be allowed to conduct their critical work unimpeded. Pakistan Mohammad Asif has won the World Snooker Championship in Turkey. He beat Geoffrey Rod of Philippines in the final by 5-8. And finally, the weather report. Mainly dry weather is expected in most parts of the country, while cold in Quetta, Kalat, Ziyarat, and northern areas during the next 12 hours. And that is the end of the news. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.pk and also watch live video streamings of our bulletins on the link facebook.com/Radio Pakistan News Official.